Another interesting week in Canadian immigration with express entry draws and certain changes in PNP programs. The upheaval in the Canadian immigration continues in 2025 February, and we've had express entry draws this week, and we've had some news from certain PNP programs. This is all we're going to talk about in this video, and primarily we're going to talk about why French is your best friend in today's world if you're trying to achieve Canadian immigration dream. To know about the most recent draws and updates, and to know about how French is your best friend, stay tuned until the end of this video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Rup. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm Effizient, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you need assistance, if you are an aspirant and you need help, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us and we would be happy to assist you. If you would like to chat with me personally about your case, the link to book an appointment with me is in the description of this video. Feel free to book a time and I would be happy to chat with you. Now, before we go into this week's updates in Canadian immigration and talk about the French language and how it can help you achieve your dreams in Canadian immigration, let's quickly answer the comment of the week. And this comment is very much related to the content of this video. The question is, can you explain the French program? Can you apply even if you are outside Canada? Well, the first follow-up I would have to this question is, what French program are you talking about? Well, if we are talking about the Francophone Mobility Program, which gets you a work permit, yes, as long as you have the scores required in French, that is CLB5 in speaking and listening, and you have a job offer from a Canadian employer, you can apply under the Francophone Mobility Program from outside Canada as well. And secondly, if we are talking about the French category specific draws that are under express entry, if you have CLB 7 in French, you qualify for those draws. You may be inside Canada or outside Canada, it does not matter. So the answer to your question is yes, you can take advantage of the French programs by being outside Canada as well. I hope this helps. Now, talking about the updates from this week alone, let's first talk about the express entry draws. So this week we had two express entry draws. The first one was a PNP specific draw that happened on Monday, February the 17th. Like any other PNP draw, a high cutoff of 750 and 646 invitations were issued in this draw. Now, after this draw, folks were waiting for the next draw that was expected, or they were hoping it to be a CEC draw, Canadian Experience Class draw. However, instead of a CC draw this week, we had a French language proficiency draw. Now, guys, this was a big one because a total of 6,500 ITAs were issued under this French language proficiency draws, and the cutoff was barely 428. Now, guys, if you would fall into the French category with CLB 7, 428 is achievable very easily if you have 1 year of Canadian experience, some education, and CLB 7 in French. It is a cakewalk. Now, this was about the express entry. Other news that came from certain PNP programs, Saskatchewan said that they would be currently pausing their intake. They won't be issuing new job approval letters to employers for their PNP programs. And Yukon has further paused their PNP program. They were set to reopen their PNP program, but again, they have extended that pause for now. This was some bad news coming from these two provinces where folks were hoping that the draws would continue or the Yukon program will open up. But unfortunately, for now, we are still awaiting further instructions. Now, guys, with different PNP programs and different immigration programs changing overnight, PNP authorities, IRCC making so many changes every other day, targeting a PR program, targeting a single pathway has become a very risky proposition. As an example, if you had moved to Saskatchewan for your PNP nomination and now suddenly Saskatchewan has paused their program, you have essentially wasted so much time and energy and effort pursuing this PNP program, which has been paused or discontinued. Same thing is happening in Nova Scotia right now, where folks have moved there, but Nova Scotia is not picking up files. They are only prioritizing folks in construction, healthcare, um, and social service. All the other folks are waiting, waiting, and waiting. Similar stuff has happened in other provinces as well. Now, in all this uncertainty, folks often ask, what should we do? We don't know anymore what to pursue, what pathway to consider, because we are very scared that we make a move, we quit our jobs, we move from Ontario to some other province, or we end up going up north and the programs are paused, or overnight they are no longer available for us to apply. What should we do in this case? Now guys, that's where the topic of this video comes in, which is French is your best friend to achieve the Canadian immigration dream in 2025, guys. Now, if you understand the history of Canada, history of francophone mobility, and the importance that francophones hold in the Canadian government and in the Canadian culture, you would see that oftentimes, even in the past, all the immigration programs that were targeted towards French have never ever seen a cap or a reduction in their numbers. As an example, in 2021, there was a amazing program that came out that was a godsend for a lot of immigrants, which was the TR to PR public policy. In that program, there was a cap for English speaking category. However, there was no cap at all for French speakers. Hence, if you were a francophone and you could have applied under that program, you would have had no competition, no caps, nothing. You just needed to apply and you would go through that program. Similarly, right now, francophones have multiple different options in Canada. The number one is the Francophone Mobility Program. Your first goal should be achieving CLB 5 in speaking and listening to attain yourself a work permit extension. If your work permit is expiring, this way you can continue to stay in Canada while you figure out your other options for permanent residence. Secondly, second goal is to score CLB 7 in all four modules in French, which opens you up to the express entry French category draw. Now, guys, that is not it. There are more programs that are open to you as francophones. There are certain PNP programs. Ontario has a PNP program for French speakers. New Brunswick has under the strategic stream program for French speakers. And on top of that, we have the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program. If you have CLB 5 in French in all four modules and you have a job in one of the designated communities, you can apply under the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program as well and achieve your permanent residence. So, learning French is advantageous because it does not require you to relocate to far off places or uproot your life from where you are living right now. It allows you an extension of work permit. It allows you to be a part of the express entry category specific draw under French category. And also, it is a safer pathway than any other pathways right now, because this is a pathway that is least probable to be discontinued or has the lowest chance that the government will touch any of the French streams. Now, oftentimes you would ask, how do I even get started? Guys, there is a video here. You can see the link on our channel about how you can get started, how you can prepare for learning French for the French exam. And my recommendation to you is find an instructor. You can find one in Canada, you can find one in India. There are a lot of folks who are offering test preparation services for the TEF or the TCF. Find an instructor that has regular classes. You need regularity, you need everyday conversations in French in order to achieve the required scores in these tests. Secondly, find a study buddy. Find someone, a friend of yours, or preferably someone who knows French, who you can talk to, who you can speak with. You can also converse with ChatGPT with the voice feature and improve your speaking skills through that. You have to put in the required time and effort to learn French, because that way not only are you opening up doors to Canadian immigration, but also you're learning a new language. You're opening up yourself to bilingual jobs. You are opening another opportunities that may not have existed if you did not know French. So this investment is not only an investment towards your immigration, but also this is a lifelong asset, lifelong skill that you're going to gain, which will assist you in different walks of life. A new language not only helps you open opportunities, but it also helps you develop your brain. It helps you in improving your abilities socially and culturally. So that's it for this video, guys. I wanted to emphasize what is the importance of French given all that is happening. We have talked about, in summary, the latest draws in Express Entry. We've talked about some of the PNP programs that have changed or discontinued or paused. And then we've talked about why French and how French can help you achieve your immigration dream. Guys, if you like this video, if you found this content helpful, please like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. If you think this content will assist any of your friends or relatives, feel free to share it with them. This helps them as well as this helps the channel, and this helps us continue to share valuable information with you. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.